At 35 years old, President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso is challenging the prevalent belief among African leaders that wealth is essential for earning respect from both their citizens and the global community. It is rare to see an African president living modestly, especially in a nation facing economic hardships. Typically, African leaders are known for their extravagant lifestyles, including luxurious cars, opulent mansions, custom-made suits, and private jets, often appearing indifferent to the struggles of their people. Before proceeding, subscribe to the African Web channel and ring the bell icon to be notified of similar content. Unlike many African leaders who embrace luxury, Burkina Faso's President Ibrahim Traoré prioritizes the needs of his people over opulence. He reduces his own salary and lives modestly, drawing comparisons to Thomas Sankara. Like Sankara, Traoré drives a simple car and opts for military attire over expensive suits, as seen at the Russia-Africa summit when he stood out in combat gear and a red beret. Traoré's refusal to accept a presidential salary, choosing instead to keep his military captain's pay, highlights his dedication to his country. This and more will be covered in today's video. Please support our channel by liking and subscribing. In September 2022, Traoré became the world's youngest head of state, taking power after leading a coup against Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba, who had also come to power through a coup. Traoré justified the takeover in an October 1, 2022 address, citing Damiba's failure to address insurgency issues. Despite being junior in rank, Traoré's leadership was driven by necessity. Burkina Faso, a former French colony, adopted France's military hierarchy, where ranks above captain include commandant, lieutenant colonel, and colonel. Despite seeming meteoric, Traoré's rise was expected due to his service in junior military roles. His career advanced notably in 2014 with his deployment to Mali under the United Nations Multidimensional Integrated Stabilization Mission in Mali. Fellow soldiers have praised his valor, particularly during a complex militant attack in Timbuktu at age 26. From 2019 to 2022, Traoré played a key role in combating insurgency in Burkina Faso, leading to his promotion to captain in 2020. After overthrowing Damiba's administration in September 2022, the then 34-year-old Traoré acknowledged concerns about his youth but emphasized the necessity of his actions. His prominence waned until July 2023, when he attended the Russia-Africa summit in St. Petersburg. Unlike other leaders in opulent suits, Traoré wore military combat attire, drawing attention and earning praise for his speech. The problem is seeing African leaders neglect their people's needs, mirroring the imperialist rhetoric that brands us as militias, Traoré remarked. This portrayal inadvertently suggests we don't uphold human rights. As leaders of African nations, we must not act like puppets controlled by external forces. We must prioritize our sovereignty and act in the best interests of our people, he added. Traoré criticized African presidents for accepting handouts, specifically addressing President Vladimir Putin's July 27 pledge to send free grain to Africa. While grateful, Traoré used the opportunity to urge African leaders to achieve self-sufficiency in food production. He highlighted the importance of learning from other nations' successes and stressed that future forums should focus on concrete steps toward food security. Traoré's remarks echoed those of Thomas Sankara in the 1980s, who also came to power in Burkina Faso through a coup. Traoré's achievements have garnered significant trust and support both in Burkina Faso and across Africa. Recently, citizens demonstrated in favor of extending his transitional tenure, originally set to end in July. Following national deliberations on May 25th, a new charter was ratified, allowing Traoré to extend his authority for an additional 5 years. Despite limited political party involvement, representatives from civil society, security forces, and transitional legislators participated. While decision-makers debated the extension, impassioned youth outside the conference hall fervently supported Traoré, leading for another 10 years. This strong backing highlights the complex and divided public sentiment regarding Burkina Faso's future under his leadership. Ibrahim Traoré is noted for his pragmatic political stance. He tackled a major economic issue in Burkina Faso, the lack of a domestic gold refinery despite the country's substantial gold production. Previously, miners had to export raw ore to Europe for processing. To resolve this, Traoré initiated the construction of a gold refinery within Burkina Faso. This move is expected to create numerous jobs and significantly boost the nation's economic growth. President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso has led several impactful economic reforms. He implemented significant tax cuts and worked with the private sector to increase capital access for young entrepreneurs. Notably, Traoré introduced popular shareholding, allowing public investment in privatized government assets. This initiative included selling 20% of the state-owned telecommunications company to the public, successfully generating $60 million for essential projects. President Traoré's commitment to fiscal responsibility is evident in his decision to reduce the salaries of government ministers and officials by 20%. Moreover, he chose to forego a presidential salary, opting to maintain his earnings at the level of a military captain. This choice underscores his selfless dedication to serving Burkina Faso. One might wonder, how many leaders would make such sacrifices for their country's well-being? Traoré's defense of his people's right to protest, despite facing criticism of his own actions, highlights his role as a true servant of the people. His steadfast declarations of trust in himself and his colleagues stand in stark contrast to the prevailing attitudes of many African leaders, who often view themselves as sovereigns and their citizens as subjects. This prompts us to question, how often do leaders prioritize their own interests over those of their people? Traoré's actions challenge this norm, offering hope for a new era of leadership characterized by genuine service and dedication to the nation's welfare. In the current landscape of Burkina Faso's governance, President Ibrahim Traoré, formerly captain, shoulders significant responsibilities amidst a critical juncture for the nation. Despite his notable position, he maintains a notable level of privacy regarding his personal life, keeping it largely shielded from public scrutiny. While Traoré's professional endeavors and leadership actions are well documented, there remains a dearth of widely known or publicized information concerning his family or romantic relationships. This deliberate avoidance of personal spotlight allows him to channel his focus entirely towards navigating the challenges of leadership with unwavering determination and concentration. As Burkina Faso's leader during this transitional phase, President Ibrahim Traoré's primary focus is undoubtedly on steering the nation towards stability, progress, and effectively addressing its pressing issues. As of today, details regarding Captain Ibrahim Traoré's net worth remain undisclosed. Given his role as the transitional president of Burkina Faso, his financial information is kept private within the public domain. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the African Web channel. Ring the bell icon to stay updated with the latest news and updates.